Greetings and welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. I am Junior, I'm one of the hosts. Right now we have live with us the family. We're all here and hopefully everybody's keeping safe during these times. But come on, what's going on?
Good. Wagwan family, here King. Come on, how are you doing? Wagwan.
I'm good, I'm good. How are you guys doing in Atlanta?
I am doing well, come on. I am doing well. Doing well. Staying safe. Staying safe. Junior, you alright in Atlanta, Reggie? You alright in Atlanta, Reggie? TV yesterday. I see you on TV yesterday.
You saw me on TV. Reggie, you see me on Ball Chat. That's it. I was nowhere else. I'm good. But let's address the elephant in the room from early. We've been promoting a show today that we're trying to have on a guest, and we haven't heard from Mr. Butler yet. Hopefully, for all those who don't know, Craig Butler should be joining us live momentarily. Hopefully, everything is still okay on his end. But we are trying to reach out to him, and he did agree to show up on the show. But the show will go on as planned, and when Mr. Butler forward, we pivot and talk to Mr. Butler. But come, Benton.
Of us, Ball Chat Podcast is all about reviewing the week's major news. As Junior said, we had Mr. Craig Butler, Phoenix Arise and Phoenix Academy, head cook and bottle watcher, agent and dad scheduled for today's show. So if he decides to join us, of course, he's more than welcome to join in later on. So we're going to discuss the major news in the world of football, the week's major news in the world of football as usual. Ball Chat Podcast is all about the community and football. And right now, come on and Junior, the community is unhappy. You got COVID-19 and you got a bag of bangarang out the road. You know, all right? You staying safe in DC, come on.
Yeah, I am safe. If there was, no COVID, I would be out there. But I'm staying home.
Yeah, staying home. And football lovers, for the next hour or so, we're going to discuss football, the week major news, but we do not want to belittle what's going on in our community, in our backyard, because those things are just as important as football itself, and it affects us day in and day out in our daily lives as we go around. So we're going to talk about the week's major news in the world of football, starting off Liverpool fans Gladbach bus. EPL restart, officially date announced, everything good. June 17, Arsenal will get kicked up. That's what I heard. Your thoughts on the official date, pending approval from the government, and no hiccups. Come on, and Junior, EPL restart.
I think June 17th is a good date if you're going to, plan to start. They give them time to train because now they're going back to group training. And the last round of COVID-19 tests, there were no positive results. So that in itself is good. Back to the kick-up, I am putting my money on it. So Arsenal going to get a nice big fat 6 from Manchester City.
This is too early for that. It's too early for that. It's absolutely too early for that.
So we will see. Arsenal, Arsenal going to Arsenal. So, and the other snooze fest match will be Aston Villa versus Sheffield. I still want Sheffield to stay, go up to Champions League spot because I think they've done really, really well. So, it's going to be interesting. Welcome back to the Premier League.
Welcome back to the Premier League, and this is all pending government final approval and no setbacks, like Kamon said. Pending, no setbacks. The scheduled date is June 17. Junior, Manchester United fans, I don't know if you're not happy, but how you guys feeling about the potential restart of the EPL? And just to remind, you love Kofi Paul and Jason Frame. Big up yourself, football family. Those watching on Island Sports Network, big up yourself. Alex Reed, Bad with Bad Gaza, heal up yourself. We're scheduled to have Mr. Craig Butler, agent dad, on. He's not appeared yet. If he does join us later on, we'll go ahead and talk some things to him. But Junior, we're talking about EPL restart, project restart, June 17. Manchester United happy?
Of course, that Manchester United. But as a football fan, I'm happy. I'm happy that we're going to get English Premier League finally back. we finally can start feeling some form of normalcy. So yeah, and as a Manchester United fan, it's perfect timing. Now I have a very healthy squad getting ready to fight for Champions League qualification. So hey, for the Man U fan, happy.
As a Man United fan. So there are certain things that still need to be decided. I have a meeting coming up on Thursday, and there are some things that still needs to be addressed about regarding relegation and promotion, that as it pertains to the EPL. Come on, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and those teams in the bottom half of the table are very concerned. I mean, about if the league is so, if there's a spike in cases and the league is abandoned again, they have to call it off. And subsequently, the EPL is reluctant to take relegation and promotion off the table. Do you think the EPL should go ahead and give in and just accept that this year we're not relegate anyone?
You know what? I was reading an article that says they're talking about doing it mathematically, but by points. And I'm like, who have time to sit down and divide and add and subtract all those points? Especially knowing that Aston Villa will get kicked up by Chelsea the next time they play. But I think to keep the league going, I think they should have promotion and relegation. I mean, it wouldn't be fair for championship. I think that they should keep it. I mean, keep the integrity of the league. What you're going to do? Those three teams deserve to be relegated. So bad.
Rastafari. That one deserved to be relegated. And Junior, one of the thing is, we will have the host of the Two Rash Challenges podcast in a couple of weeks on Ball Chat, the weekend of the EPL return, a very popular soccer podcast. And one of the hosts of Two Rash Challenges podcast said that his proposal, his suggestion, I would like to see no relegation this year. Just bring up the three teams from the championship and just have 23 teams in the EPL going forward next year, and just relegate 5 teams next year. Do you agree with that proposal, Junior, or is that stupidness?
I don't know if I agree or disagree. Honestly, I don't know. I can't see arguments for both, so I'm going to play fancy. I'm going to play like one of the hosts on the show that
Benton.
play fence. So let me play fancy on that family.
And football lovers, just to kind of overview, we were scheduled to have Mr. Craig Butler, Phoenix Academy and Phoenix Management dad agent on the show, but he hasn't turned up yet. If he does join us later on the show, we'll have some stuff that we'll discuss with him. We understand that life happens.
Benton.
Yes, Junior.
Big up.
Yes, Junior.
Big up Alex Reed. Alex Reed, big up yourself every time. Yo, let me tell you what Alex Reed does say at Island Sports. But the man I remember when say about Liam Bailey is like Jesse Lingard. You clearly see the man have talent. Gaza, belittle Liam Bailey, the youth, you gotta eat your word. Alex, big up yourself every time. And you know what? I will gladly eat my words. I will gladly eat it without ketchup. I will eat it cold. So I will big up Liam Bailey for having an assist on Friday, right? We're going to big him up. An attacker had an assist on Friday. Big up Liam Bailey. Great job, sir.
It seems like Junior is going ahead, he's yielding before Craig even forward.
Well, I meant that yield word might not suffice right now. So
okay.
Yeah, but big up Alex. So make sure to keep the same energy if things go the other way. I'm going to big up the baller when he does well. Don't do that. But
Kerry, big up yourself, Pistolera. Kerry said he think that 2 hosts said football not starting. Mark your word. 2 always said that. I think a junior the advocate. A junior count to 2. Junior count to 2.
Wait, hey,
and who get relegated should get relegated. Not fear for those in the championship. And ultimately, we do understand about being fair. One of the scenarios, Tyrone Mings, one of the players that play in the EPL for Aston Villa, Tyrone Mings said in an interview, the players are the last to know about the decisions in this process. They're the last to be included in the decision-making process. They're pretty much essentially, to paraphrase, they just pretty much have to play ball regardless of if they're on board or not. That's part of their job, and that's what they make a commitment to do. I mean, Tyrone Mings seems to be ready to go out and strap them up and try to keep Aston Villa up. Come on.
Keep Aston Villa up.
Yeah. So, but that's it for the EPL. Exciting times. Liverpool's 25 points ahead of the pack. One of the big elephant in the room is that Manchester City case against the suspension from Champions League will be heard at the Court of Arbitration in early June. So hopefully a pending ruling will come out of that soon, as that has implication for Champions League next year. Manchester United and others are battling for Champions League. Ultimately, Liverpool can win the title if Manchester City, as early as if Manchester lose to Arsenal and Liverpool go ahead and win that game. So if Arsenal does beat Manchester City on June 17, Liverpool celebration begin at the weekend of June 19. Other major news in the world of football this week. Let's move away from the EPL. Any other major thing on the Project Restart that I forgot? Junior, come on.
No, just that I think 10 players in championship tested positive for COVID-19. They don't have testing in League One, so they don't know if anybody has COVID-19. But the championship is off to a rocky start. The coaches are requesting that championship resume the same time as the English Premier League, but no word on that yet.
No word on that. And like you mentioned earlier, it was a pretty good finding that no one tested positive in the EPL round of testing, in the latest round of testing from the EPL. Moving away from
10 in championship and 7 in League Two.
Yeah, but none in the Premier League. Moving away from Project Restart. So tentatively, we're set for June 17. Just to remind football listeners, June 17, Arsenal versus Man City. Big bad Arsenal. Roll out.
Stop it. That's stop it. Hey, me know Sir Benton is an undercover Arsenal fan, because when everybody has said boo for Arsenal, you are say Ray.
I have to support the local man sometime. I have to support. The only invincible team in the history of the EPL. We have to remind them of that. All right. Moving away from the EPL and Project Restart to Bundesliga. Bundesliga seems to have done this quite successfully, playing football in a pandemic week 3. Big matchup. Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund in Der Klassiker. Dortmund got 1-0. What happened to the big bad Dortmund? And did Lucien Favre mess it up again by not starting Jadon Sancho? Come on, and Junior.
Well, wasn't Sancho, they're talking about coming off a little injury, a little knock?
He played 25 minutes in the previous game. The game before that, he played, 15 minutes? He came on and was instrumental in the previous game for 25 minutes. Why they couldn't start him this game?
This is why we need certified coaches on the program.
We do not go to war.
That's not how it works.
We do not go to war and leave our biggest guns in the closet waiting for draw later on.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, they're trying to sell him, so you have to protect your asset. You protect your asset. He was injured.
This is not market goods.
No, but Benton, you have to take your time and bring him back in. So you really mean a 15-year, a 20-year, a 30-year, and then he gets back his fitness, because trust me, you need fitness, right? So if you look at the game today, we can say that the coach is a genius.
El Pistolero Franco said Dortmund need to fire coach and get Maximiliano soon. And I agree with him. Lucien Favre is a bugger idiot. Big up yourself, Dalton Stewart. Big bad what? Benton start smoke. As reporting as it relates to Arsenal. Junior, why Lucien Favre? I don't know what, come on, a smoke. Step away from the glue, come on. But you don't go to war, Junior, and leave your big guns in the closet. Jadon Sancho is single-handedly your big baller on this team. I have him on the bench. And by the way, Joshua Kimmich scored a sumptuous goal in that 1-0 win for Dortmund. Junior, talk to him. Junior, talk to me.
You asking a Manchester United fan to talk about Jadon Sancho
Stop fire,
playing
brother.
against Bayern Munich. Listen to me, Sancho, pull a Pogba. Pull your hamstring or something for the next 6 weeks, man.
Hey,
And
no matter
forward,
with them foolishness there.
Forward, come on Manchester United next year. We need your boss. I don't care about your little idiot side right now playing against Bayern Munich. I'm only beating up on the idiot sides and cannot beat the big side. I agree. The coach needs to be fired. I mean, enough is enough. With every year.
How many times he's gonna get a chance to beat Bayern Munich, and he has failed miserably. Last year, them forward and them play competitively, but them still get them ass boss. All right, sorry, so this year, them forward again. They went out, they got Emre Can to help support Axel Witsel in that base point of that midfield. Them forward again, him roll out with Torgen Hazard. Any coach will start Torgen Hazard and thinks that Torgen Hazard the ball and if he get fired. Chat ball.
But this is it. So I disagree with firing the coach. And I understand him tactics.
But that's a part
leading up to today. If the next game, right, because Sancho was on fire today, his first hat trick, if the next game this coach have Sancho on the bench, then yes, he should get fired. But up to this point,
Jadon Sancho was...
We can't blame Dortmund, but we talk about... Benton, we talk about this all the time. Dortmund is that team where you cannot put your pot on fire upon Dortmund. It's like...
Especially when Lucien Favre is the coach. This is why you cannot put your pot on fire.
Well, we'll see. So the next game, if he keeps him on the bench, then yes, something wrong with him head. If he's completely fit, nothing is tweaked or anything, then... You know, we should.
And again, you can't go to war unless your big guns not closet. Lucien Favre in the post-match, the Der Klassiker post-match press conference said the title is out of reach. Yeah, you think? You think? That
is it though? Is it though?
They're 7 points ahead.
Come on. You're really asking, is it?
Is it?
Let me tell you something.
I mean, come on. Is it? It's just 7 points. That's a draw. As a matter of fact, 3 wins. Just win 3 games. Bayern Munich lose 3 games. Hey, listen to me. I'm telling this already. If Chelsea, right, could I make my boy Torres go around the keeper and score and we'll win and we're going to the fans. If Chelsea can get 1 corner versus Bayern and beat them for win the Champions League, anything is possible. You can't talk to me.
Benton.
Yes,
how did Chelsea get into the conversation? Oh, Lord.
I have no idea.
Hey, but hold on, but you're asking about Sancho and him squeezing Man U and you never say nothing. So 2 against 1 now. Benton, you're biased.
The point is a good point, but like I said, come on, step away from the glue. Stop sniffing the glue because.
Well, big up Alex and big up Bad Gaza. Mr. Butler, if you're listening, I beg you log on to the show right now because trust me, never beat me. Never beat me. Don't say I catch coward. Yo, big up the whole Island Sports family. Yo, Benton, come on and talk about Sancho and Manchester United. Let me tell you something, man. I can't wait for Jadon Sancho to put on number 7 at Manchester United.
No, don't bother. We don't waste time. Don't waste time, foolish.
I'm mash at the man career.
Yeah, but ultimately, and come on, we want to step away from the blue because you said the league is not over. It's just 7 points, 3 wins. There are 5 or 6 games left in the season. There's no way Bayern Munich is going to drop 3 wins. And by that time, there's no way that Dortmund is going to win 3 games consistently back to back. Where was Erling Haaland in this game, by the way?
He's injured.
Yeah, in the Der Klassiker. Where was
he was injured. He was subbed off and he was limping. He was holding
so it's okay
hand.
To play one injured
player. But you know what though?
Coming back from injury.
You know what? He did show some flashes of brilliance still. He really did. There were a couple times when he made a couple runs that with the ball and there was no support around him. And he at times he did look like a man amongst boys against Bayern Munich in the short spell. And you know
Who
what?
we talk about?
We talk about
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Come on here.
But
Go
This
on.
is part of the Manchester United campaign.
yeah, because
I know, you know, just
well,
you and Don Junior. Man, you and Don Junior.
yeah, because that's where I'm going now. Because when I see him marauding down the right wing with the ball against the
Chat
tree,
is not a campaign for Manchester United.
I can just see him wearing the number 9 jersey for Manchester United, and I can see Rashford and Marshall and Sancho running. I'm just saying. So if they're gonna beat me, would beat me today, but I want to see Erling Haaland and Sancho at Manchester United.
Okay, all right. Manchester United, keep dreaming. Let's try to get through some of these comments from Football Family. Just to remind our listeners and those who are following us online, we had Craig Butler of Phoenix Academy, Phoenix Sports Management, and Agent Dad lined up, confirmation, everything, and hopefully Mr. Butler is okay because he's not here. But if he does forward later on, we'll definitely have a discussion and discuss some football issues with him or some things. We'll try to go through some of the topics, some of the comments online. And Pistoliero said, to be fair, he's not 100, so he had to do that and take their time with him regarding Jadon Sancho. Pistoliero said he would also advise Sancho to take 1 more year in Germany. English pressure is seriously different from Germany. Pick up Kofi Powell said, come on, your jersey collection look good. Come on, no better. You know, Bayern will not let this go regarding that's El Pistoliero. Joseph Frame said, come on, they get pepper spray yesterday. So
that's the Arsenal fan. Kill him dead for him, Arsenal.
Big up yourself, Owen Gray. Bayern has done this a million times. Exactly, Owen. Exactly right. Beat and teach that side.
Now, hold on there. So, what is the ball? Is the ball round or square?
Ball don't run and come to Dortmund and championship. That's around. In fact, you know, we're going to use it said throw in the Liverpool yard, but in terms of the Bundesliga, it does be Bayern Munich yard. Dalton Stewart said, living in hopes and dreams, Nostradamus Jr. regarding these transfers. El Pistoliero said Dortmund should have gotten a penalty. Yeah. Even if them get penalty, them still would win. Dalton said, we're not going to talk about the handball against Botan. Was there a handball? We can talk about it for a second.
Referee?
Yes.
And Jason Frame says, is this a Manchester United fan page? We're born Manchester United. A good point, Jason Frame. El Pistoliero said, look like Junior turn, Willy Wonka, fear it. This is COVID. These are one of the symptoms of COVID. Turn Willy Wonka. Junior, you want to run through the Island Sports Network comments, please?
Why you want the beating? Why you want the beating when I get?
Yeah, come on.
Yo, once the door catch covered and run, big up Alex Reed. Bad Gaza, Greg gonna beat you. And Alex Reed since we never. Oh, hold on, no. On a serious note, whether Greg is listening or not. Because I did say I put a response to the Island Sports chat where I said no, we're good, and I did fix up my speech last week. I guess Alex never listened to the whole show. I remember towards the end I said, yo, we're just talking out of passion. And is that disrespect? Because Leon Bailey, and I said last week, and I'm going to say it again. And let me just give me 2 seconds and just put it out there and put it to bed. He is the most talented footballer Jamaica has that will represent Jamaica right now. Most talented footballer on paper, right? There's no question about it. He's playing at the highest level. One of our highest playing level footballer. No doubt about that. Youngest baller. He can be seen as the face of Jamaica football program when he gets a chance to prove that. And I said that last week, and I'm going to say it again. So we talk and we run joke and we have fun on this show, people. Nobody take certain things to heart, man. When you're ready for beat me about Manchester United, me even sit down and take it, come on, man. But that's what we said last week, so let me say it again.
Yeah. But we'll see. Come on. Craig Butler, if you're listening, forward, because we have some questions to talk to you about some other things there. But back to the Der Klassiker and trying to discuss some other things about Bundesliga. Come on, was that a handball? That was Jerome Boateng handball deemed necessary for a penalty kick, as some people are saying?
Listen, most definitely. if the full referee did get a penalty when the ball was already played and behind us and him get a penalty, that was 100% penalty. We've seen it. We've seen it with Manchester United and PSG. We've seen it. So I just don't understand. Yes, he was on the ground, but his hand was away from his body and the ball was going towards goal. I mean, like, how can you not do that? And all right, then, forget that the referee did not give it right away as a penalty, but no VAR check. At least go and look at the monitor and then come back and say, I looked at it, I decided that it does not warrant a penalty, but nothing was called. It's just crazy. It should have been a penalty.
And let me ask you, Miss Referee, how could one Mr. Jerome Botan probably keep his arm in an unnatural position in such a thing?
But that's not even part of the rule anymore.
Okay. Making his body less bigger.
Yes, he made it, but he made his body bigger. And I mean,
because he might try to protect himself.
Yeah, on the ground. But if we're gonna talk about them something, we're gonna talk about intentional and unintentional, and that's what they did. They took away that language from the handball. His hand was away from his body. He made himself bigger, right? So you have to tell me, was it a handball or not? I don't think he made himself so much bigger on the ground. He was trying to turn himself. When was he trying to turn himself? He was turning himself to listen. As a defender, he was still he was on the ground and he was still defending. He wasn't protecting himself. He was still defending. Was the ball going towards goal?
Yes, but
okay.
Can you see why it was not given as a penalty?
I cannot see why. I would have given it as a penalty. But what I'm saying, that's what VAR is for.
Okay,
I mean, like, it's to take away the guesswork. And he just did not look.
Big up Kerry James.
Rob the side man.
Big up Kerry James. Kerry James says, no handball. The rules say unnaturally bigger. His hand was not far out and shot point blank. And then El Pistolero said Boateng did that deliberately. Dalton said it was a definite penalty. He knew what he was doing.
Let me tell you something. You see, Kerry now, if me say A, Kerry say B. Something a long talk without the one Kerry him.
Shouldn't it be Z? Because that would be the opposite of A.
Kerry, well, I know. I mean, like, I don't understand what Kerry is saying. The ball was going towards goal. His hand was away from his body. It was not like this. Where was his hand? Kerry, stop it, you know. Just stop it. Don't let me WhatsApp you after the show.
All right, so we feel a bit agree for Dortmund here. Is that the thing where I said them should have gotten a penalty?
At least, well, all right. Maybe them gonna score it, but at least, my thing is this: at least use VAR to make sure, because that game was a huge game, so you couldn't afford any mistakes or any errors. So you have to make sure that it is not. Where was the referee was in a good spot too, you know.
And El Pistolero said Dortmund is a joker though. If that was Bayern Munich, the whole team would be in the ref's face.
Everybody get yellow.
As in trying to do that. Either way, Dortmund lost. They're still 7 points behind Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. They were second last week. Them still are playing number 2 this week. And next year, them are playing number 2 again. But something that happened today, Dortmund defeated the Break. This is the baby strength Dortmund seems to have. They beat the Breaks at bottom of the table. Paderborn 6-1. Jadon Sancho and Marcus Thuram of Mönchengladbach decided to display some affection for what's going on, or sympathy for what's going on in the climate here in the U.S. regarding George Floyd. Do you guys think that was too much? Jadon Sancho
what was too much? The 6-1?
No, Jadon Sancho have a shirt that says "Justice for George." Marcus saying took a knee. You think that was too much? Some listeners were saying that this is crossing the line for political statements.
Okay, hold a second. Why is
I'm just conveying the message.
Yeah, I thought, but why he was not? First of all, he was not the only player that did it. Weston McKinney did it as well.
Yeah,
right, the Schalke player, and the other player to the free, whatever. I remember.
And Ashraf Hakimi also did it.
And Marcus, exactly.
Yeah, Marcus Thuram also did it for
so I just don't understand. It's the same way them ban say no to racism, or I mean, like, maybe it is something that he's passionate about. So, what you mean? The man taking yellow card, no argument. Come on, no. Them
Yeah,
just need
yeah.
to
He's just taking
get
a
it
stand.
over.
But Bundesliga, Bayern Munich beat and teach a little idiot side Dusseldorf yesterday, 5-0. They came off the 1-0 victory over Dortmund. But the most impressive thing is that Robert Lewandowski setting another record again. What is this? 43 goals in competition? What is this? Full football?
What?
You know, your
I
thoughts?
I think anybody on Bayern Munich, any player, an ordinary player, I'm not calling up nobody name, but pick off two striker off a Red Stripe Premier League team, off a Moline.
Would do well.
Hey,
and send them go Bayern Munich. They would do well. Look at it. Alphonso Davis. I mean, he's having a breakout season. And the thing is this: they allow him to roam and allow him to play his football. I think it's the same thing. If you get some dibby players and you put them right in the cell, they would thrive. That's why I always say Leon Bailey for go Bayern Munich is a short.
We'll talk about Leon in a little bit. We'll talk about Leon.
It's a short.
Robert Lewandowski. Yeah.
Anybody can go on Bayern and look good. Not to take away from Lewandowski. He's a very good player, but he's up in age. But them young boy make this all money and manhandle them and score all these goals. But Bayern is a well-run machine.
Junior.
Yeah, hold on. Just to switch up a little. Big up to Kirkall Robinson. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the name properly. Welcome to the show. And just to let everybody know, I'm talking to Craig right now, off air. He's having some difficulties logging into the Zoom, so I'm trying to get him on. So he'll be on momentarily. Huh? Craig.
Are you talking to Kirk?
No.
Craig.
Big up Kirk. Yeah, I'm talking to Mr. Butler right now.
All right. So keep going on the Bundesliga. I thought you were going to contribute to the Bayern Munich discussion. If you had deal with things that
listen, man. The only contribution I'm going to bring to this Bayern Munich discussion is why Muller didn't sign for Manchester United.
Come on. Alphonso Davies scored a beautiful goal. Do you think that this is the evolution of Alphonso Davies? If Leroy Sané does make the highly touted transfer to Bayern Munich, at some point, I would presume the aspiration for Alphonso Davies is to play further up the field. Do you think that Leroy Sané, if he does make that move, will limit Alphonso Davies from moving further up the field and getting out of his left back position?
Look here, at this point, Alphonso Davies can play a goalkeeper and still have a breakout season. What you talk about? You can talk about you can bring Glassman over a Glassman you carry in for play over a young, strong, fast. But I'm not gonna say technical because Davis not really technical. He needs some speed, but you can't. I mean, even if you move him up to striker, what is preferred position?
Yes.
I mean, I still think he'll do well, but for me, like the coach, me not move him from left back because one time I say Alphonso Davies right back, my centre back, me see him as attacking mid. One time I see him as not goal and clear off the ball off of the line. So Alphonso Davies' position, starting position, Bayern, not care who them bring, it will not affect him.
It will not affect him. All right. Dalton Stewart said Davis will be at Liverpool next year.
I'll be a next one. No.
El Pistolero said Lewandowski needs to leave Bayern Munich now and try to win a Champions League finals. I am sick of him in Germany wasting talent. Go to Spain or England and let's see. He's the best striker in the world. That was El Pistolero.
Why you not tell him to step away from the glue? Why is it only me? Come on now.
Because we don't want to deal with the family members. I certainly we want them tuning in next week.
Which team him say must go?
He said to go somewhere in England or Spain.
And Newcastle.
Dalton pointed out that Lewandowski tied for most goals in a season across all competitions. Impressive numbers by Robert Lewandowski. Continue to do well. It's not everybody who can run in front of goal and score goals. Somehow we kick it well all the time. moving away from Bayern Munich and Dortmund and Bundesliga. Well, not Bundesliga, but let's move to Bayer Leverkusen. Big bad Leon Bailey was instrumental, you know, in the victory this weekend. Does it mean that Diaby will go back to the bench? Come on.
I think the coach is rotating.
I will ask Butler this if he does join us.
I have always said that Diaby is not better than Leon. And so it has to be something else. Can't be player because he's not better. That being said, for 35 minutes, Leon really did not shine. He played a game, but he did not play to the best of his ability. I don't know if it was nerves or whatever, but he had that one moment, and he made that one moment cool. Yeah, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. They do say you have 5 subs, and they always say that because the games are coming so fast, that they need to rotate their squad. So let's see. But Diaby was playing 3 games start, and he was just 4. So let's see if the coach is going to bite the bullet and just start young Bailey.
Big up family. Rex Roy joining us on Ball Chat Facebook page. Rex Roy said Davis, McKennie, Rayner, or Bailey. Question mark, who's the best CONCACAF player in Europe off the 4?
Davis.
Alphonso Davis, that's what you think. Junior, I said Leon Bailey.
No, man, Davis. Davis is more.
It's just more further along in the
band.
But
ask Rex Roy, who is his pick?
And Rex Roy, who do you think is the best player? Jason Frame said Rex Roy, everybody but Bailey has a great national career. Everybody but Bailey has a great national career.
But that's not the question. Now you better stop it when you show, you know. You know, Alphonso Davis is having a breakout season, so we couldn't choose anybody over him. What about McKinney? What's McKinney for Schalke? Come on, no. He's overhyped.
Come on, watch your overhyped thought there, though. Because people...
Nobody know him not have the family of Jamaica.
People...
Just going through the comments on Island Sports Network Football Family. Alex Reed said, what they're saying, he's the best in CONCACAF. They say he's better than Leon Bailey. Alex Ilala said he's the best in CONCACAF. I don't know if this is pertaining to Alphonso Davis. But yeah, Alphonso Davis does have a bright upside, but bright outlook. And the same thing for Leon Bailey and Bayern Leverkusen. Bayern Leverkusen sitting in the 4th spot in Champions League. They should finish in the Champions League spot, right? It's a tight race, right? Come on, Junior.
Should, but after they lost, what was it, 4-1? After they imploded 4-1, now we realize anything is possible. Red Bulls, they're doing very well. Mönchengladbach, they had an outstanding game today as well. So it's a toss-up. I mean, they have to make sure that they don't lose anything. I mean, they're tied. The only thing between Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen is goal difference, and they're only leading by only 4 goals, but they're equal on points, and Red Bull is just 1 point behind. So, I mean, if Dortmund sneeze, they might just drop off, Mönchengladbach eye top. So it's close. 2, 3, 4, and 5 is close.
RB Leipzig was a team that was hot pre-pandemic, running close, pushing close up to the top. They seem to have come out during the restart a bit slow in the blocks. Do you think this team has hit the wall? Junior, come on.
They have a game in hand, and they're on 55 points. If they win their game, then they're in 3rd.
Yeah, so they have that game against Cologne tomorrow.
And Cologne can keep keep the lead for save them life. So this is a great opportunity for them. As we already said, the ball always round, but for a team to have 5 available subs, the coach is not supposed to argue about tired legs. He's supposed to complain about not having fresh legs. It's just about managing the players. And I think, like I said, they have a chance to beat Cologne and go 3rd.
All right, so Bayern Munich seems to be in pole position. Definitely going. Well, that seems to be. They're in pole position. Can we just go ahead and just hand them the Bundesliga from now? Paderborn seems to be on their way out, relegation thing, and Bayern Leverkusen is wrapping up the other side of that Champions League spot for Bundesliga. 5 games left in the season, 5 or 6 games left in the season.
Yeah, I'm better. Not to cut you right now. Not to cut you right now still, but people right now will have on the show Phoenix Academy, Phoenix Sports Management on Mr. The man that is about to beat me, Mr. Craig Butler. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Bedtime.
From Academy site, so.
Yeah. Greetings, Craig. This is Benton, and come on, we're live on Ball Chat. Football family, Craig Butler, Phoenix Academy, and Phoenix Management, dad, agent, join us live on Ball Chat. How you doing, boss?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Thank you for taking the time. How are you adapting to life in the pandemic? Everything all right?
Yeah, man, everything okay. I'm just a little bit confused with the timing. So I thought it was for 5 p.m. My time, which I think is not. So a little bit of it I'm going to be driving in, but I have my girls with me. So say hi, girls.
All right, hi to the family, and we appreciate you taking the time. You know, we thank you for joining us, guys. We don't know, we always love to discuss football with people from different aspects and different backgrounds of the sport, and you're one of those guys who definitely have a lot of opinion, and we see you all the players when it comes to football. So a lot of people follow Jamaican football locally, and they know Craig Butler. Can you give us an idea to the rest of the listening audience, an overview, a short overview of your background of Craig Butler from you starting this business of football to where you are now as agent, Phoenix management director, and head book and bottle washer, so to speak? How do you go from where you started to where you are now?
Well, I was a young footballer in Jamaica myself. Played Money Cup for Jamaica College. Went to the finals in 1984. Lost to St. George's. Went unbeaten in 1986. Played central defender and left back, and then moved from there into where I went to college. Was a 3-year All-American, and then moved from there, went into playing more where I was at Fort Lauderdale Strikers for a little bit, then with Fort Lauderdale's Lions, returned to Jamaica. I played with Swallowfield when Mark Mendel was putting together the first real professional team in Jamaica, paying players. So I was with a great crop of players there. Dion Messi, Will Mutt, Dominic Spalding, Richard McDonald, David Burgess, Peter Cargill, Anthony Carbett, really top talented players. And then from there, went into business. I became the GM for Toshiba for the Caribbean, having ventured into technology and marketing and business solutions. Part of the fingerprint voting that we have in Jamaica today was part of my brainchild, having worked with Douglas Halsall at AIS and formulated the plan with De La Rue to create those opportunities. Yeah, and then my sons decided they wanted to play football. At that time when I was...
It seems like Craig gone to a bad spot there. Craig, you still with us? Hopefully we'll get him back online. Engineer, what going on with the internet, brother?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going with the internet, boss.
Football lovers, we have live joining us on Ball Chat Podcast. Craig Butler, dad agent, head cook and bottle watcher at Phoenix Management, Phoenix Academy. CEO and president and founder.
I think he's back now. I think he's back.
And he's back. Sorry, Craig, we lost you for a minute there.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, man.
You were saying.
So basically, when the boys wanted to play football, I started to coach them. And then from there, we went into Europe. And you know what? I think we should... Let me pull over.
Okay.
Yeah. Pull over so it would be easier and just do it from the side of the road, you know?
All right, thank you,
Rather than driving. It would be easier for you guys to hear, I think.
Okay, thank you.
So we have a minute. But as I was saying, we went to Europe, recognized that there was a big difference between how we did things in Jamaica from a recruitment standpoint, which is what we do here. We don't develop, we recruit.
Okay.
And how they did it in Europe, where a kid was being taught to be a professional from he was 5, 6 years old and presented a desire.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned that. My players, my 3 boys did very well and continued to impress in Europe. And whilst doing that, I was also learning. I spent 6 months at Ajax, 2 years at Genk, 4 months at Bayern Munich, a year at Trent experience and training.
Okay.
Each step of the way, signing the boys professionally.
Okay. Seems like we may have a slow flow up on Mr. Butler.
What I mean,
It's slow coming like we have running the digital coverage.
No, say a digital man.
Yeah.
No, don't say that, Mr. Butler, because digital, they put a high from last week. Don't say that.
Don't tarnish digital name.
I do. This go very slow to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Flo is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
if the bottom line of it is, I worked my way up through the ranks, learning the business, and developing the connections across Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, building relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, those relationships and in all the big clubs. And today, for a little Jamaican to be able to pick up the phone and call Real Madrid president if he feels like, or Genk's technical director, and speak about anything and any player, it really lends to what we can achieve as Jamaicans if we're determined enough.
Yes.
But it hasn't been an easy road.
Yes.
And I don't expect it to be any easier. JFF hard on backside, to tell the truth.
I will get to that now, we'll get to that. In fact, we'll segue to that. But we want to let you know that this is a live show. We'll get questions from some of the fans that are listening. We'll submit questions via Ball Chat Podcast YouTube page, Island Sports Network YouTube page, Ball Chat Facebook page. The football family will also ask you questions. So we don't know. I love your background, very extensive background, everything except the JC part. I have abandoned that, but
you didn't know that part?
No, and other than that, we really.
My nickname was Bullet, Big ball, Well, I think it's an old fat man. They say walking around. I was a player, man.
Really appreciate every part of it except the JC part. So just since we don't have a lot of time,
yeah, man. I played Money Cup at 14.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very good, very, very good. All right, so you talk about Jeffrey. We're just going to go around and ask some questions. Come on, you're ready? Go ahead and ask some questions, and we just go ahead and read questions out as we get them in.
Hey, Mr. Butler, how are you?
I am good enough, thanks. How are you?
Good. So my question is this to you. So success is defined as different things to different people. What is your definition of a successful developer of talent? Do you see yourself as one? Because let us be honest, and I hear this question all the time. How can Craig Butler call himself a success when he has 50 professional players, but only one is really enjoying success? What do you say to those people who question you or question your description of yourself as a successful coach and a successful agent?
Why it come like digital?
That's a lovely question.
Yeah,
you just slow to release the questions.
Go ahead, Mr. Butler.
Go ahead, Craig. Come on, we have to switch the floor then. Football family, we have Craig Butler, agent, president, and CEO of Phoenix Academy, Phoenix Management Online. We're having some spotty coverage, but there's a question on the table for him. He's joining us again. He's calling back in. It seems like we lost him. So he's back on. Craig, you can hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly, man. You switch the floor for one.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn on. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Don't worry. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Start.
I really appreciate you taking the time because we don't know, say you're a busy man and you have a lot of things going on. Really appreciate
Let's try one more time.
Yeah.
We hear you good.
You hearing me now?
Perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You want me to repeat the question or you
One
got
second.
it?
Don't worry.
Football fans, we have Craig Butler joining us, dad, agent, founder. I'm talking about editor, founder, and CEO of Phoenix Academy, Phoenix Sports Management, former JC.
Stand out.
Former JC stand out as we screw when we mention those things. Played professional in the US on the college circuit. Build relationship. Part of the big thing about Craig's and Craig's work is about building relationship. The man can pick up his phone and call Santiago is what? Who are the president? Florenta Perez.
Hold on the back. So I'm gonna get all them big introduction now when I introduce.
Because you're not Craig Butler. Go on, sit down.
Oh, but I'm come on me. Junior.
Come on.
All right, so let me answer your question. Who is this person now?
This is come on, Mr. Butler. You want me to repeat it or you got it?
Oh, Miss Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Miss Lee.
Understand now. All right, let's address this issue of success.
Yeah. Our definition of success.
My definition of success, personally, right, is self-actualization, being all that you can be. Yeah. All right. In the past 20 years, there's been no coach, no club that has placed that many players across Europe. Romario Williams was developed by Craig Butler. Yeah. Not in the US as well. Yeah. Leon Bailey is enjoying huge success at the top. Leon Bailey was not recruited by Craig Butler. He was personally trained and developed by Craig Butler. Yeah. All his skills, all his shooting, everything was developed. Now, the other players, each player that you develop will achieve a certain level of success at some point in time. If you can name any club in Jamaica that has developed more players in the last 20 years than I have, or any player in the last 20 years that has played at as high a level as my current top player, then that is fine. The second thing is, when you have top players in the world playing, it's a very small percentile that actually get to go to the top. Yeah? And so if you look at the academies that maybe, say for example, Neymar came out of.
Yeah.
There's no one else coming out of Neymar's academy that is at the top. Yeah. Now, in Jamaica, there is no one else playing at the level that Leon Bailey is playing at.
Yeah.
There's no one else that has won Belgian Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year. There's no one else that has won Newcomer of the Year in the German Pro League. There's no manager that has the connections that I currently have. That can look at their page and see with a Rudy Vuller or a Karl-Heinz Rummenigge or any of those. Now, the reality that we must recognize is this. I really don't want to continue to blow my own trumpet, but if you ask the questions, I'll have to answer them.
Yeah, man. Of course. I go on Bush, I straight up with that, man. They don't know it's love, you know?
So Mr. Butler, so you see yourself as a successful developer of talent, right? Based on Leon's success? Or are
No.
you saying, that, now hold on, are you saying that there are different levels of success and there's different levels of development, and you pride yourself in achieving those different levels? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying to you very simply, I'm not in a competition with anybody. Success can be defined as happiness as well.
Okay,
True.
okay.
So
Simple as that, yeah.
So when you say to me, Craig Butler, how can you define yourself as being a success? The truth and fact of it is, football is a business.
Yeah.
How many people have transferred a player for 20 million euros out of Jamaica? Ever?
Mm-hmm.
True.
No one. How many people can say they didn't just transfer as a manager, the player? They built the player from scratch.
Yeah.
Along with 20 other players, and got them their chances in Europe.
Yeah.
Now, the very fact that I could have taken all these players, developed them, and got them chances at major clubs all over Europe.
Yeah.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Real talk.
But what I've been proven to do is get them to that water.
Okay.
True.
You understand? So who else has been able to do that?
Yeah.
Further, who else has developed players that are technically competent in all areas of the league of football? For example, Leon Bailey can shoot just as hard with his right as his left. He can dribble just as well with his left as his right. He can play any side of the field. Any player that I have developed can also do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the current crop of Phoenix players, there's Dujon Richards, who is 14 years old, that has shattered the Pepsi under 14 goal scoring records.
Mm-hmm.
There's Thierry Mills, who has had double back-to-back victories of All Island Pepsi at Jamaica College. There is Dante Peralta, who has scored in the quarterfinal, semifinal, and final in 1-0 victories to give St. George's College their first lean on the Pepsi under 14 in 17 years. There is Daniel Scarlett, who is the MVP of prep school football. Yeah? And there is Skylar McFarlane, who is the top scorer in the league. There is Zinedine McLean, who is the MVP of primary school football. Every single one of those players are coming out of the Phoenix Academy.
So what about a Moy and a Travis and a Kevon? You developed them. How are they doing in Malta? Didn't you develop them?
Of course I developed them. Yeah, Amoy was the Golden Boot winner for St. George's College in Money Cup. Did you know that?
Of course I know, Mr. Butler.
So what it means then is that Amoy was developed by Craig Butler and was one of the best players that came out of high school football.
Yeah.
So
Amoy went and played at Austria Lustenau, and he played there and did well in a season that he was there. Yeah? He's now in Malta, and the league has stopped. Yeah. He played his first season in Malta, did well enough in the league to be transferred to a higher level club, a second division club in Austria. And not everybody jumps and takes the path that Leon took, that you just step, and reach to the top. I'm sure you know that, come on, with your son. Yeah, you don't just go to the top immediately. You have to work your way up and stick to it. And one of the major things that a professional footballer needs to have is something called stick to it if this. You don't quit. Once you don't quit, you will keep moving up. Now, the talent of the players of Jamaica is not just Leon Bailey that is talented, or Kyle Butler, or Travis Blagrove. Travis Blagrove was the captain of St. Andrews team in Malta. Travis Blagrove went to Standard Liège. He did well on trials. They all got opportunities. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And each time, like in a business, each time you develop your crop, if you reinvest in research and development, you will improve your players, your next products, the next generation of products each time. So where we may have faulted with the first crop, we haven't faulted back since then. We have gotten better.
So you've learned.
Of course, but you continue to learn. If you stop learning, that's when you fail. You have to keep learning.
Are there any plans for them to move from Malta to another European club? Are you working on that?
I'm always working.
Okay.
I'm always working. In fact, I've gone so far as to have Red Star Belgrade is one of my clubs that I'm moving players to this season. And Red Star Belgrade is in Serbia, and they are the top club in Serbian history. Yeah. So we're the Star Treks of Jamaican football now. We go where no one has gone before.
All right, Steve.
Mr. Butler, real quick. One thing everybody should be able to tell is that you are very passionate about your sport. You're very passionate about your job. You're very passionate about your family. You're very passionate about the players that comes to your system, and that I must big you up on that. And also, let me just pull the curtain back for a second. When I reached out to you to join the show, it was never a question about what your numbers look like. Well, you didn't even ask me for a list of questions. You just say, yo, you forward if you have time. You have the time, you forward. So I'm going to big you up for that. We have reached out to so many people trying to see what we can do with our little platform, our little voice, to help develop the sport in Jamaica. Because no care how people might want to say you're passionate, we get passionate here too. Me talk bad about people and everything, but we all have the love of the game and want to see our country we want to see our country get better. So, Mr. But for you, what will it take for Jamaica to be up there, for Jamaica to be number one ranked in CONCACAF without saying making a team full of Phoenix players? What will it take for the Jamaican infrastructure to be in place?
Really want me to answer that right now?
Make it short.
We're not go around corner, straight up, we're not go around bush,
Let me ask you a question.
Hey.
What was Michael Ricketts doing before he became the president?
Answer the wonder for me, because we might have Mr. Ricketts on the show. We'll ask him in a few weeks.
Oh, you talk me? Me?
No, hold on. Let me answer that question. The views you're about to hear is not from Barchat, it's from Junior. Probably.
No, me don't want to hear your views. But one man say, what was Michael Ricketts doing for a living?
I have no idea.
What was Dalton doing for a living?
No idea.
All right.
Not football.
All right. Them was successful in any business or anything like that? Them will not position a leadership with anybody?
But Mr. Butler, but before we answer your question, you can't blame Ricketts. You have to blame the people who vote for him to be in the position that he's in. We talked about changing the voting block, changing the way how they vote. So if a man come to you and give you $100, are you going to say, don't give it to me?
Yes, because I have integrity. And you can't buy Craig Butler. You tell you about your parts. You can't buy me. Nobody can buy me. Can't cover me $2 million for leave Leon and Kyle them up there. And I'm going to look for them and say, I'm going to carry on me youth. I'm going to carry on me youth. I'm going to train them and build them. And when I come back, you can pay me 10 times that.
Yeah.
You can't buy me if I have integrity in this world.
Yes.
And character is different than reputation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
A man can make a mistake in his life and get a bad reputation. But he say character is built over time. No, I am not.
Why Jeff cut off the internet? It seems like JFF stick a pin in the signal. We're on the line with Craig Butler, agent, President, CEO of Phoenix Academy, Phoenix Sports Management. Very lively discussion. Football family, I see your questions. I see your questions. I will read them out soon as Kamon Lee can allow the rest of us to ask some questions. So I see your questions, football family, and I will ask Mr. Butler your questions. Craig, you're still with us? Still waiting for Craig. Craig said, and he was at the point of discussing what was Mr. Ricketts. Seems like we have lost him. What was Mr. Ricketts doing prior to taking the helm of the JFF? Which is a good question. What was Mr. Ricketts doing, Junior? What was Mr. Ricketts doing, Junior? Come on.
And you know what? In all fairness, big up the JFF. Again, we're coming from a place of passion. So I don't want to hear nothing from the JFF people and say we disrespect them. We're not disrespecting the organization. You're a public organization. We want to see our football get to a certain standard where we can walk and proud. You see how Jamaican people are proud over versus the Bounty Killer and Beanie Man? Why we can't proud we are Jamaican jersey? Why me want wear one Jamaican jersey, go to the ball field and the man them look for me with respect instead of say, oh, reggae boys. Mr. Butler.
Yeah, man. So
the JFF cut off your internet, Mr. Butler.
Now, man, them man, they can't stop my progress, man.
Yeah, you were saying.
Them man, they ban me. And some little 9-year-old youth. And block me from play football. Disenfranchise the youth, them, and move them from where they was a train. Block them anytime them go for a club for play. Them try to ban the club. Them can't stop my progress. Okay. I pick up my youth, them and go to Europe with nothing. I'm a clean people toilet when I'm coming from Jema to Chiba.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have no problem doing it. So they can't stop my progress. The reality though is without any enmity or anything, what really has to happen, right?
Right.
Is that like Belgium, we're in a similar situation. About 15 to 20 years ago, Belgium didn't qualify for the World Cup. They weren't playing good football, very aggressive, just physical football. So they put a guy in there by the name of Michel, I don't remember his last name. And they made him technical director of the development of football for the country.
Right.
And he put in a system of development and a system of play which encompassed several things, including removing score lines for kids under 16 years old. Yeah, and encouraging creativity and things like that. Yeah. They ended up developing players like Kevin De Bruyne, Benteke, Courtois, Hazard, all of them, because they focus on technical development. Yeah. We are like, when you have a horse that is wild, but he's not trained in running around the track properly and guided around.
Right.
That's what we have as players. We have very strong players with no guidance, no system in place of development. So you create players who come up one-footed, because like how you have a youth come on. Well, I'm sure when you're raising your son, you raise them with a certain level of decency and behavior and knowing how to use a knife or fork and how to open doors for women and them type of things. You raise your son right. So he was not dragged up. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We are dragged up in football. We recruit kids to play football, let them play in the club league. When the club league done, we recruit them to play for the school. And when the school league done, we dash them away again and recruit some more. We are not developing talent, so that the kids can use both feet.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little example of that. Pick Johnny, right? Johnny go to a prep school. And every time Johnny get the ball on him right foot to shoot, because he can't use him right foot, he cut the ball off of him right foot and put it on him left. And Johnny score.
Right.
And what happened in prep school when Johnny score?
Johnny a baller.
A celebration, Johnny a baller, I'm here.
Big baller, Johnny.
Big baller. Can't talk to me.
Parents, them a jump up and down. Coach a jump up and down. Principal happy. Everybody a rate up Johnny. Yeah. Johnny leave prep school and go JC first bar. Do the same thing. Win Pepsi. Go Colts. Win Colts. Go Manning Cup. Win Manning Cup. But I know, Johnny, I got the fee mine,
Yeah, man.
Johnny still can't use him right foot. So when Johnny reach Oipe, and Johnny goes and go down the line on him left foot, and the man block the left lane because he knows him can only use him left foot. And Johnny cut in on him right, him can't kick. That means that Johnny can't get the game. You understand?
True.
Yeah, man. Johnny's stuck.
Johnny's stuck right there, so I can't go no further. Now, how many Johnnies do we have right now? How many players have we developed that did so well in Manning Cup, so well in prep school, so many well in high school, but them can't go no further than that? So yes, when them in Jamaica play Premier League, them still got it.
Yeah.
Because we don't think the game.
Football is a very expensive game to play.
Yeah.
When you are playing football, you're making millions of euros at the top.
Yeah.
And you want to get to the top. The clubs that are buying you are spending millions of euros to get you.
Yeah.
So when they are playing against another club, the man them watch the tape, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're playing against the minnows of football in the world, the St. Vincent or the Caribbean countries, of course, you can get to, Johnny can get to that.
Yeah.
But when you play in Mexico, or even the US, because the US will sit down and read them book, yeah?
Yeah.
Or you go play God help if you go back at Germany or Belgium or France.
Yeah.
Or even nowadays Japan, you get 9.
Yeah.
And this is a problem. So you need to put in a system of development that focuses on creativity and using what are our natural strengths.
Yes.
Never use, because since come on upon the thing, come and love our son. Never use.
Hey, Craig, you know, so we have that there are a lot of questions from fans online. So you don't have to deal with come on questions the more.
Craig, we're gonna bring it back for part 2 for me and you.
The fans have questions for you, Craig. So
yes, Mr. Butler.
All
right, one love then. Good.
Oh, man. Yeah. Craig, we want the fans to ask you some questions. You ready, fans?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, questions. Can't wait till next time. All right. Rex Roy, big up yourself, family, says, who is your most promising charge at Phoenix, not signed to a professional contract in Europe? Mr. Butler.
Virgin, you hear what Phoenix name? The name Phoenix All-Stars.
Yeah.
You know what that mean? They are all-stars.
Okay.
We have a crop at 20 youth.
Yeah.
Well, it's the best this country has produced. When we play a club like Cavaliers, at 10 them again.
Yeah.
When we're ready to play MRC Academy, 7 them get.
Yeah.
So
you have the players who you can identify who will look out for. I mean, like name. I mean, because you don't run for call names, so call some name and we look out for them.
Yeah, but think of this: we play Genk, who is one of the top academies in the world.
Yeah. Yes.
And we beat them.
Yeah.
And we draw with Leverkusen out of Jamaica right here, so. Anyway, but yeah, Dujan Richards.
Okay.
With a 6'4" youth.
Yeah.
He had 14 years old. Shot at the goal scoring records in a Pepsi. You have Thierry Mills, top central midfielder. You have Sean Layton, who is 11 years old, who can play at Premier League level right now.
Yeah.
Totally developed. You have Matty Ebert, central midfielder. You have Dino, Ronaldinho Daly. Yeah, man. You have lots of players, man.
Lots of players coming to the system.
So then El Pistolier is asking, what do you think Leon needs to work on his game right now?
Leon just needs to stay focused, ride the ride. We have been there many times before. We've been there with Genk when Genk didn't want to play him because of whatever reasons. We've been there with Leverkusen before when Leverkusen didn't beat them, didn't allow him to play. And we battled for him and get him in. And him play and show him quality and get them to Champions League when from 12th position.
Yeah.
And now he just needs to continue believing in himself and understanding that he's a Phoenix. A Phoenix can never die, and keep him head up. Yeah. And just go out there and do his job, execute. And that's even though the game the other day wasn't as in my opinion, because I am his biggest critic, right?
Yeah.
People think that I'm his biggest fan, I'm his biggest critic.
Yeah.
And even though the game wasn't exactly what it was, it's an ugly win for me, but he still got up. He still found the game changer and set up the assist for the goal. Yeah? So he just needs to continue doing that, get out there, execute, and I will do my job in the boardroom. And when it's time to move, we move to the next level.
So then
to that end, Mr. Stewart watching us on Ball Chat YouTube page says, not a question for Craig Butler. Craig, you are the star of the show. Mr. Stewart says, was there ever an opportunity for Leon to be in England?
There have been opportunities for Leon to be in England from he was 12 years old.
Yeah.
But you don't run before your time. You don't run before you can walk. You need to learn and pay your dues and take the necessary steps to build your character. So when you do go to England, you go as a king. You don't go as one of many little princes on the bench.
Yeah.
You go with respect under your name, and you have shown what you can do. And when they want you, they pay good money for you and they treat you well. England can make you or break you. England is like going to the gladiator ring. You don't go into the gladiator ring before you learn how to fight properly.
True.
Yeah, and he has learned how to fight properly. So soon around now, it's soon coming up to the time.
Geraldo is asking, do we need more overseas-based players in the Jamaica setup?
What we need is to develop our players and put them in the overseas environments. So a kid like Junior Fleming should have left Jamaica at 16 years old. He shouldn't have been here until he's 19. Yeah? The other thing is we need to take our coaches off their butts, put them on a plane, and send them go qualify in Europe for coach. Because you have national team coaches who cannot get a job coaching primary school in Europe, which is the mecca of football. So if you are developing our talent to go and compete over there, you should at least know what is being required over there. Right. So not just the players, the coaches need proper coaching. And I'm not talking about GFF certification courses, because you cannot get a job with the highest level certification in GFF. You cannot get a job in Europe coaching primary school. Think about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like a man saying want be a Audi mechanic, right? But a hand cat in my practice fund. That not gonna work. You need to go to Audi and learn how them do it, and then you can fix Audi cars.
Yeah, BM, I'm going to ask a question, but Craig, I'm going to preface it by saying you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. You can plead the fifth on this, but does Craig think Bayern is trying to undermine Leon by constantly benching him?
Rastafari.
You don't have to answer that question.
No man, I'm ready for them thing. I'm born ready for it. That's my job.
All
It's
right.
not Leon's job to talk, it's mine.
All right.
Yeah, that's why you have a manager, and that's what GFF people understand. Treat the players like professionals and speak to their managers. Don't take a 20-year-old and put him in a position where I'm answering you.
Come on, your come on must be friends. Cause come on, keep saying this.
Don't come in here.
Anyway, what I said about Bayer. If Bayer is undermining him,
yes.
No, football is a business, and sometimes if you're in pole position and you're tire puncher, you have to get back up, fix your tire, and drive back to the front. Bayer has a lot of young talent. All of those young players are looking to make the next move. So it's very competitive. And it is good for Leon at the time that he has been there. But I think now it will be soon time for him to look at his options to move to the next level. I don't think they're trying to block him. The coach, Peter Bowles, is a good coach, you know. Yeah. As a good coach to learn under, as a good coach to be challenged by. And Leon, from he was a child to now, he needs challenges. He always should be challenged. And I think that those players that he's playing along with, they will challenge him, and he will continue to rise to the occasion when he gets a chance. And he will soon be in the starting 11 again. He started the other day, he was the one who made the difference. He got the assist. Yes. He was the one who had presence of mind to turn in the box, leg of the ball, and nifty, neat little pass to Havertz that give him a split second toe punch in the middle of the goal. Yeah? So the reality of it is, no, I think Leverkusen, like every other club, is in the business of football, trying to make money, trying to push their players, trying to win games, and at the same time, trying to promote as many players as they can. So when they do transfer, because they're also a selling club, and you need to understand that there are different types of clubs in the world now. You have Manchester United, who is a buying club. Madrid is a buying club. But then you have second-level developmental clubs like Bayer Leverkusen, who want to develop players, sell the players, and bring in more players. And then you have below their level, Genk, who wants to get players from lower levels and develop those players and sell them. So it's the business of football, which I think that even the GFF still don't understand, says a business.
I beat JFM, but yo.
So and one another question. El Pistolero said, by the sounds of things, Bailey will be at City this transfer window. I feel you are a Manchester United fan, and I think El Pistolero disrespected you by saying that he's going to be at City. Are you a Man U fan? Are you?
I'm a Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy
Lord
fan.
of mercy.
Rastafari.
So we not see no jersey yourself.
I mean, you don't see no jersey. What kind of jersey?
Phoenix
A
jersey.
Phoenix All-Star jersey.
Of course, there are many Phoenix. Hey, hold on. Phoenix, man, come here quickly. Come here now, run come. You want to see some jersey?
Mm-hmm.
This is Sean Layton. Sean, what that for your chest?
Oh, you don't see a video, Nathan?
Oh, let me turn on the video there. When my daughter turn it on, because she's good at this. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Video is on?
Yeah.
Video?
We see you.
Yeah, man. Come here, Sean. This is Sean Layton. He's 11 years old. One of our top talents, and I can see him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is on your shirt?
Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy.
Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Professional footballer.
Which foot you use? All right. Take care of yourself.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself, you. Love. Big up yourself.
I know what to big you up for that, you know. I really have to big you up that you're developing that you're developing the youth them and you're giving the youth them an opportunity. And
Say hello to Theory Mills.
Is he the 6'4" player?
No. He's our midfielder that has won Pepsi back-to-back and All-Island Pepsi back-to-back. And midfielder. Talk to them.
Hello, my name is Terry, and your name is?
Ball Chat Podcast, Benton here. Hail up family, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm doing well. The man them say you can use both feet. Well, come on, you're a baller?
Who would have to decide that? But,
all right. But you can use both feet, and you represent Phoenix All-Star FA there. How has that been going for you?
Yes, it's been a good journey. From the past 2 years, I've developed a lot, and I hope to learn a lot more in upcoming years.
Wish you a lot of success.
Tell them where we're coming from now.
We're coming from a place where we plan to develop into like a football center where we can develop players.
How much acres?
30
acres of land. We're going to build a facility where we have proper fields, proper training, everything for them. And also to do the business of football, which is to bring in international teams like Genk and so on their pre-seasons to Jamaica, so we can make some revenue there. And the tournaments like the Norway Cup, we're going to have our own Jamaica Cup on it. Okay. So we're positive.
You
want to the rest of the man in there. Just heal up, gentlemen.
Heal up, family. Wish you all the success, gentlemen. Keep. So is there an academic component here regarding some of this? How are the kids getting there? Academic side of things.
All right, I'm going to make the youth them answer. Come here, boss. Come here now. Mikey, come here. This is Mikey Jr., Matthew Ebert. I'm asking about the academic component in Phoenix. What is the grades minimal that you have to get at Phoenix?
75.
Yeah, you need to have 75% in your grades, or you can't put on this jersey here. So any jersey we have.
That means I wouldn't make it
But
there
hold
because
on,
of
hold on a second. So that is higher than Issa. Because Issa say 40% and you're going 40% and you're going clear.
Come on, that higher than Wolmer's when I was at Wolmer's I work with.
Correct. Mr. Butler.
Come here. What is your grade in school?
75%.
Okay. How much you coming in your class last term?
Top 10.
Top 10 in I'm class. And 3 months out of the year, where were you last year?
Malta.
Okay. All right, so the man them are trouble and them still are coming in the top 10 in them class. Academic. Yeah.
Hey, Mr.
Smart
Mr.
players,
Butler.
smart people make top players.
Mr. Butler. If you don't follow our show, but I hope you're following it now. But let them tell you, one of my biggest issues with schoolboy football is that they don't place any emphasis on the academic portion. So I am glad that people are seeing this and realizing that it is possible. But I have a question for you because they say JFF don't realize it's a business. So
Come on.
sometime ago,
6 languages.
what?
You know, say Leon Bailey speaks 6 languages.
I saw it in an interview.
He speaks 6 languages. Do you know that when Phoenix players come to training, them have to do them schoolwork every single day of the day? Because if you don't develop the brain, how can you be adaptable when you do go to Europe and the people don't speak the same language, they don't cook the same food, they don't have the same cultures, and you have to adapt? How do you adapt? Adapt means learning quickly, you know.
Yeah.
But don't you see that though? But don't you see that in our footballers?
What do you mean if I see that? When I brought back Leon and Kyle to Jamaica, JC was my alma mater, and I played Money Cup for JC at the highest level. Yeah? Unbeaten in 1986. Nobody not beat we. Yeah? Woolmans get 3. Hold on now.
Mother beat
Yeah.
Woolmans, man.
You know? Yet. Well, they come and drop a word from Mr. Woolmans. Yet. Right?
And Georges did beat you, all right?
Yeah, man. Georges beat we.
All right.
Anyway, yet. When we came back for the 2 years, when we had to wait and the youth have reached 18 to sign them, and we were out here, I did not allow Leon or Kyle to play Money for JC, even though they were going to Jamaica College for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because the level of development and the standard of the football is not where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And it's not because of JC, the top player, the top club.
But we know this. We know this, you know. The problem is, how are we going to fix it? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question. A while back, you made a quote in this article I saw where it says that the federation prioritizes picking players from clubs owned by board members so that they can qualify for work permits and get transfers to countries such as England. Do you remember saying this? And if so, do you feel the same way?
I do feel the same way, but you see, that's why I took Leon them through Europe. It's because there's a clause. And this is why Leon loves this country and wants to play for Jamaica, but does not need the JFF. He does not need to play for Jamaica. And this is what has been lauded over these players all these years. You shut your mouth, do what we say, or you don't get the cap to get for make it, and also play for our teams. Now, Leon can get into England with what's called a special talent clause. If the club is willing to pay 10 million euros or more for the player, then he gets in at that clause. So if Leon, who is going to his minimal transfer is like looking at like 50 million minimum, right? If Leon gets a transfer for that, then he will automatically be able to play without even playing for Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
What do you say?
Big.
What do you say? It takes vision to realize that. It took me to have to believe in him and push him that hard so that he had that freedom. And that's why he can speak.
Yeah.
Because he has that freedom. The rest of them don't have that freedom. And it is not fair. And it's not fair to the little kid that's on the street that wants to develop. And that's what I'm saying about the development in Jamaica's football has to have a system in place. How can you say, right? And me and Kyle not talk now, so it's okay. But how can you say that a player, right? You have not seen Kyle Butler play. When Kyle Butler at Genk played under 23 for Genk, top scored the league, and win the league in a Genk. And you as the national coach never see him yet. But you can fly in on a plane, bring your player from wherever you bring him in, remove him as the captain for the under 23, put him on the bench, and not qualify for a tournament. Do you know that Leon Bailey at 20 years old, right? He at 18 years old, Leon was the best young player in the Premier League in Belgium.
Yeah.
And Leon was not called for Jamaica's under 20 by Tapa Whitmore. And Leon, never have to pay for tickets. You know. The man sit down with the Genk scout in the stands. And after the tournament, and they asked the scouts if they see any players that they are interested in that they saw. They didn't print what the scouts answered.
I saw it. The scout said there was not one player.
No, that's not what the scouts say. The scouts say there were 2 players. The two players were sitting beside them in the stands.
In the stands.
Leon Bailey and Kyle Butler.
Yeah, in the stands. Yeah, I remember the court. Yeah, they're sitting in the stands. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So how can you now come and speak that you're peer?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How can I sit and have Sean Layton at a level where he's so high? Raylan Paisley, so high. Yeah? And not speak out and say, listen, put a system of development in place where you're tracking the players, right? Where the coaches themselves are being properly educated as to how to coach. Yeah? So that you're not in a job 5-6 years and still looking at players. Right? Person is a good striker. Why is he not in the program consistently developing within the team?
Because me talk too much. Me look out all the time. That's why I say nothing.
No. And here's where the reality is. You must differentiate as a national team between your disdain for a parent or a manager and the player's ability and his ability to help the national team.
Okay.
So if Leon Bailey is good, if Kyle Butler is good, if Shamar Nichols is good, and if Michael is good, yeah, then bring them in the squads. Listen, if you look at how Belgium work today, you know, so Belgium have 3 national teams at all levels, 3 different layers. And the 3 layers is, you have A, B, and C. And they're all training the same way, with the same system, and developing that way. If you call Leon Bailey from Wembenau, Germany, I said, Chippy, come play for Jamaica. Chippy, I come off Mr. Bo's system when play with him 3-4-3 and the 2 winger them come inside and whatever. That's what he's required to do there.
Yeah.
When Nicholson come from another system over Shalawa, yeah? Damon come from a system in Norway for now, right? When you bring them back with all these different systems, what system do they come back to that they grew up in?
Yes.
None.
$1 million question. Yes.
All right, yo. So, engineer, we need to wrap it up.
Yeah,
right?
but
come like we forget you on for a 5-part series.
Yeah, but
series.
Yeah, but they meant to have Mr. Butler gave us a preview of Phoenix Academy. Gave us a preview of the talent that's there, how well spoken the youths are, where everybody's texting and saying that they love their mannerism, they love their character. So yes, Craig, for a parent out there right now with a young son or a young daughter that they think has potential to make it in football, and after seeing your infomercial basically about what you can do at Phoenix, how can somebody reach out to be a part of your program? What is needed for somebody to be?
Hold on a second. Gentlemen, what's the most important word in Phoenix? Hear that?
No, I never hear it.
Come in closer. And shout it louder so them can hear. What is the most important word in Phoenix?
Loyalty.
You hear it now?
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to join Phoenix Academy, this is not a place, it's not a nursery school, it's not a place where you can come and just sit down and enjoy yourself. We work here.
Right.
We work. If your kid wants to become a professional footballer or to utilize football as a vehicle to his success, then you can come. But it's really my way or the highway because we do things one way over here. The academics have to top, the humility have to be top, yeah? The attendance have to be top. So, if you want a nursery school, there are many little academies in Jamaica you can go to. But if your kid is really serious, you can come talk to it. And we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're all over the place. And everybody know my number. You can find it very easily.
And one more question. Yo, people in the easy with heap of questions now, brother. Kurgal Robinson said, what's going on with Kyle now? One more question. Mr. Carlton, producer, I'm retired from ball game.
That's a tough question because I stand for certain things, and Kyle is a role model to these boys, and if Kyle make Tupper Whitmore break him, and break his heart and his spirit so much that he doesn't love football anymore.
Yeah.
It's really a painful thing for me to see.
Okay.
And he now wants to go into producing music because music is an expression of the soul sometimes. And he's taken some time off. I haven't spoken to Kyle since December when he decided to do it because I don't stand for it and I don't like what it represents. So he will have to decide whether he's a Phoenix or he's gonna let Tappa break him. But everyone have their own journey in life. And if he wants to become a professional footballer, he knows what he has to do. If he wants to go into the world of dancehall, which is very dangerous, then he can also do it. I love dancehall music.
Yeah.
I love all types of music, but Kyle is a footballer. Yeah. And he's a super talented one. And the country of Jamaica, to be honest with you, to let those people do what they did to him and break that little kid's spirit, you're hurting your own country to allow that to happen, to make people do that to him. So, love Kyle same way, and if he want to be a producer, more power to him, but Craig Butler not on that boat.
All right, sir. All right. Say it, you heard it here first, football family. Craig, thank you for joining us. Very informative. Thank you for taking the time. Respect, we love the works we are doing. We had one more question I want to ask you. So what? I have aspiration to be JFF president.
Not at all, you know. I don't have time. Them can't pay me either. I'm not take the money.
All right, sir. All right. Easy answer. Good luck in all the wishing you all the success.
Brad was asking what would it take for Mr. Butler to coach a Jamaica national team?
You hear that question?
You really have to ask them, man. But the truth of it is that we just need to ensure, because I have a lot of contacts overseas and I can do a lot of work there.
Right.
I think that we just need to ensure that we put a system in place. I would be willing to help them put the system in place, but I don't think that my job is to coach. You know, I am 52 this year, and I've put in a lot of work. I've burned the candle at both ends to get Jamaica and its young players to where it is on a worldwide scale, where we can get players going into Belgium regularly now on trials and things like that. And, you know, more power to Kevin, Kyle, and Sharky for really putting out the effort and getting us there, and all the other players, Phoenix players that went up. You know, and listen, you have some man who go work at the top of the top highest companies that make millions of dollars in marketing. And you have some man that go work and they still love their marketing and make a decent living out there. That's what I am proud of. I'm proud that every player that I've touched and come through in Phoenix Academy, they've been able to either use the football to advance themselves. Kemar Reed is doing well in Malta. You know, some man there Trinidad do well, some man there St. Vincent do well, some man there in the US do well. You know, football is a beautiful game, but it's also something that can help people and, you know, improve our communities. And can you imagine if we really were to work hard enough that we could have 14, 15 Leon Baileys from different communities making what Leon is making, giving back to the communities the way Leon gives back, what it would do for our country.
True.
Yeah?
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah? What it would do for our people.
So why not form a RSPL team? Why not buy a team? Why not take over more lines? Because it's Benton's favorite team.
Easy.
Why not buy a team? Why not buy a team, enter in the RSPL and show them how it's done, how to run a club and how to play football?
Because Phoenix is doing that already. We don't need to. You have to think beyond the fishbowl. Come on. Phoenix has done that already. And they're still not here. Leon Bailey is one of the top young players in the world.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Yeah.
And then still not listen. So if them not listen, what me I go do? Go play RSPL and do I make them broke up the little youth them foot?
True.
True. Yo, and by the way, those are the views of Craig Butler. Island Sports Network is our official RSPL partner. Craig Butler.
Hold on. I'm not putting down the RSPL players, you know.
Okay.
What I'm saying,
we get you.
If I play in the RSPL, I'm going to put Sean Layton at 11 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going to play against them. I'm going to shift up everybody. Can skill be at skill.
Yeah. And then the slide tackle with 2 foot.
Yes.
and broke him little foot.
Yes.
True.
So it don't make sense.
Hey, so wait, so engineer, I give me the bad eye, but my question to you, this is my last question. I have to come back for part 2 because my list, I have like 15 questions. I really need to talk to you about, Craig. I need to pick your brain because the both of us love football and we love Jamaica football. But what level do you think the RSPL is at? You've gone to matches, you've seen different leagues. Where would you place the RSPL? At what level? USL, League One.
I don't think I really don't rate the USL still, but because the developmental factor is also a challenge in the US. But the reality is that because we have not developed our players properly, right? And then the best that we have developed are actually gone. They either go to college when they're younger or they go to get a chance to play at a club, whether it is Malta or Belgium or wherever, they will go. So what is left is players who have talent, but are older, a little more frustrated, and also very physical players. Because we're fast and we're extremely strong. Now we have not guided that development so that the speed and strength is used in the correct way. So what end up happening is we're playing a really, you see some of them tackling in the Premier League?
No.
Seriously.
No, true. True.
It's what the referees allow in the Premier League. Do you know that football is not a contact sport? Do you know that if you touch somebody in the box is a penalty? You see what they do to players out here? That's why Belgium changed their system. How do you believe a young player like Sean, who is so skillful that every ball him get, I encourage him to take on the man. If Leon Bailey was 15 years old playing in the RSPL, wouldn't he be in the hospital twice a week?
Yeah, man. The man would have cleaned him up, fetch him up in the corner. Yeah, man.
So his development would have been killed. And that is why I'm saying we must change how we look at developing players. We must use our creativity. We must use the speed, not to kick long balls, but speed up thought. Yeah. We must develop the skill sets with both feet. Yeah. And we must ensure that we play to what our natural genes allow us to do. We're the fastest human beings on the planet.
Yeah. Utilize that.
In a sport that has developed into speed.
Yeah.
The football is playing so fast now compared to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yet we're not taking advantage of it. Look what Leon can do to them. Why is it that other players can't do it? Why they not getting that opportunity and that chance? Have they been developed properly? Are they two-footed? Are they confident? Are they humble? Yeah? You know that Phoenix players don't really take on nobody. You ever see Leon take on nobody? Leon don't take on nobody. You know? Him leave that for me, because that's my job.
Yeah.
But my back broad, and well, come on, I don't think you're back broad, but you're strong. My back broad, so me can't take the stop them on my back.
Yeah.
He must be seen as this nice. You think Leon and I don't share the same exact views? I mean, you raise him enough.
Yeah.
But it's not his job to take on those battles. It's the manager's job. The problem is that the country and the JFF have been so used to dealing with players directly and treating them in an unprofessional manner that when a player believes that he's a professional and can speak, you take it as an insult. While it is a criticism, it is something for you to motivate yourself to do better. When you tell me, say, Craig Butler, you're not good and you're not coach, you say, look by my play them. Come play a match now. How much you want? 10? George's won Pepsi this year. I will play them in a practice match. Sean, come here. How much George's get from me?
10.
How much? Low.
10.
How much?
Over 10.
At 10 George's get from me and then win Pepsi, you know.
Yo, easy now, man. You just have beat Georges, you know, man. I say Georges beat JC when you're playing deals, you know. So easy, you know. Easy.
Oh, it's not the disrespect for the school.
I joke, I understand what you're saying.
It's the disrespect for the lack of development in the schools.
That is true.
It's when you're recruiting players to only play and win a league versus considering the players' future.
Very short-sighted.
How about you play Money Cup and when them done, them a beg money at street?
A very short size.
Mr. Butler, so the engineer said to wrap it up, but
Wrap up the show, come on.
Can you commit to coming back for part 2? Because I have a whole bunch of things I want to talk to you about.
Why don't ask the management of the junior team to speak to you? Where she? Casey. Casey. You know, is the manager of our under 15? Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know?
That's the manager?
That's the manager. Do you know? Casey, how many countries have you been to already?
Like 7.
7? You been to Spain? You been to Portugal? You been to Germany? Okay. Have you met George Mendes? Have you met Pini Zahavi? Have you met Rudy Buller? Okay. I am already preparing the next generation for when me drop out.
Yes,
so that she will be an improvement on the gene. Can be damn ugly. So when she now intelligent, go to school, has been exposed already, and know the top managers in the world, the top clubs in the world, has walked out to the pitch with Leon Bailey. Yeah? Has been acknowledged by the world of football already. At 13 years old, I am paving the way for Jamaica's football going forward because she will manage all of those boys after I'm gone.
Yeah, man.
Is she interested in women's football?
Come on, we have to wrap up the show.
No, because then we're going to want her to come on the show to give us her views.
Well, that's true.
We're going to need her to come on the show to give us her views, and we need you to come back for part 2, okay?
Yeah, man, she can come on, man. Casey, comfortable speaking. Hold on. Casey, I want to know if you're willing to come on the show.
And talk about female football.
What you say? She said, okay, no problem.
And BM asked this question many times, and I have tried to ignore it, but he asks again. Ask him about the LaVar Ball comparison. That's the absolute last question. Somebody's asking about the LaVar Ball comparison, and
First of all, I don't even read about LaVar Ball. I don't follow basketball. I don't watch football unless the players them play.
True.
I am very focused. I do my job, and that's what I do. I'm not competing with anybody, and I'm trying to be some kind of, done of this or done of that. I do it because Mark Mendel took a look. You know who Mark Mendel is? And you know who Mark Mendel is?
Yeah.
Mark Mendel was an Israeli man that came to live in Jamaica. And he saw people, players, suffering, taking bus home. Peter Cargill and take bus by him yard after I played for the national team. So Mark took over Swallowfield FC and he paid us all salaries and he gave us a job. And he motivated and helped many of us to go to school. And he said to me, Craig, when you do get the chance, say, Mark, what can I do to repay for all you have done for me? Because my mother is 5 feet in my mother and my father never about, and I'm the eldest. Right?
Right.
So, say, when you go on scholarship, they say, call mommy and ask her for $1.
Yes,
you understand?
Yes.
So, when I say, Mark, what can I do to repay for all you have done for me? He says, when you get the chance, when you see a kid needing help, give back.
Yes.
Give them a vehicle to make something of themselves. And so what? Success? Yeah, man, I'm damn successful. But self-actualized. I make my coach proud. And that's anything all you need to do.
Yes.
To be successful. It's not about money. You may have money sometime.
Yes.
But it's not about money. It's not about being the head of JFF. It's seeing Jamaica go to a World Cup and consistently challenge for it. We should be challenging. We should be in the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. That's a praise so we get through.
Yes, this is
good. Listen, Raheem Sterling, the whole of them man there, who play for different countries. If them they play for Jamaica, and the JFF, they have enough sense to lull them, bring them, develop them, recruit them, and not say Raheem Sterling is a little fast and foolish man when he become for under 17 trade. You know, say them they say that?
Yes, we hear the same.
We hear that.
We hear the same.
You know, say them say Leon Bailey, Vin Blaine say Leon Bailey not good him ordinary.
Yeah, we hear the same.
How can you have them man there in a position of leadership, coaching, and recruitment? Top of Leon Bailey and don't call him for the under 20 when the man is the best young player in the Belgian Pro League. Come on! Seriously?
We're going to line you up for part 2 in the future. Jamaican girl says she have a whole heap more questions. We have to line up. But engineer and management, he said, Reggie, we have to call it. Craig, I thank you so much. This is wonderful, very informative, very insightful things. And we wish you all the success, Reggie, because we love what you do. Continue your work, man. Continue your work. And we're looking forward to watch the Phoenix continue to rise. Looking forward to watch the players continue to grow that you mentioned. I will talk to you again about football. I love the work. So you have,
and Craig,
hold JFF accountable. That's what I say.
And Craig, I have to tell you this to Craig. You have changed the opinions. Many people's opinions of you have changed just after this interview. So.
Big up yourself, family. Stay safe, family. Bless up yourself, Craig. All right.
Respect and love. Thank you very much. Come on. Love you here.
All right, bye.
One love. Engineer, lock up the show. Management saying to close the show. I want to know. The sponsor. Oh, wow, what?
All right, Mr. Butler, look over.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Bless up.
People, make sure if you have, let me tell you some people. Mental, I know you want to light up your grill and thing, man, but that was a great interview. Not even an interview, it's a great football conversation.
Great football discussion.
Yeah, it's a great discussion. And I'm not going to lie to you, my opinion have changed a little bit. And a lot of people are texting me right now, and their opinions have also changed. And that goes to show that we need to have this more open dialogue when it comes on to football. Yes. So we don't leave a lot. We don't leave a lot to interpretation.
Engineer, lock up the show. Management, I said call it show.
All right, the show done. People, make sure you as usual, you can follow us at Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat at Facebook. You can also email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. You know, as usual, the show is live on Island Sports Network, also on our Facebook page, on our Twitch page. Also, support Phoenix Academy. I'm going to say that. Come on, you say that too?
Support
the players. I mean, I am happy that they're taking academics, as a big part of it.
Yes, big part of it. Football family, regardless of what we do, we can disagree. Let's enjoy the dialogue. Let's continue to grow the sport. Regarding the COVID pandemic, hopefully we took your mind off of it. Stay safe while you're out there regarding the upheaval in our own backyard because social justice fight continues. Stay safe. Football family, we love you now. Gonna road now. We're gonna be hard now, come on.
Yeah.